Can you put some shorter shorts on?
I mean, I could go buy some maybe.
Good. Good.
Yeah, you want that?
That's crazy. That's crazy. If they invent that, I'm buying one of those and living in it. I'm done paying.
Screw a house payment.
That's definitely got to be the strangest option I've seen for
Would
a
you
car.
call that a strange piece of fruit option? No,
Wait, whoa. We got one more, bro.
There's more? Why is this a thing? Like, why is this a legitimate thing? You literally just hand him mini.
It's like in the espresso maker in the Fiat 500.
Oh, I like that. Why do you guys always look at me like I'm the one that's
Because you
Bring the
do the
energy.
intro.
all right?
It's not my job.
Whoa.
Teehee.
Mo. Can't say the other word. YouTube doesn't like it. But
What are we
Trent,
talking about
Weird.
today?
can you put some shorter shorts on?
I mean, I could go buy some maybe.
Good.
Yeah, you want that? You like that?
Of course. So today we're talking about things that are as useless as Trent's short shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Useless
Very
car
useless.
options.
Useless car options
Useless
or quirky car options?
I
Both,
get
it could
both,
either
I guess
or.
if you want to call them that.
Either or.
Because the one I got's pretty useless. Doesn't do anything.
Mine aren't useless, but they're definitely weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. Yeah.
Well, I think we should just do one thing and just hop in this.
All right.
All
My name
right.
is Evo,
My name is Trent.
And I'm Aiden.
and you're watching Xcelerate. All right, Rent. He started it last time. You're going to start us this time.
Well, you don't want to
Tell
start
us what your
over?
first option is.
No, you start.
No,
You
I'll
always-
start. No, I'll start.
No, Trent's going to
I'll
start.
start. All right. My first option is going to be found in the good old Rolls-Royce brand.
I like
Nice.
that. I like that. a
Good
lot.
start.
Starlight?
You ever
Let's
been
have
on the you ever been on the road and you got to use the restroom and there's no rest stops?
I'll just
coming
pull
up?
over and do it on the side.
What have you got to do number 2? What are you
On
gonna
the
do?
side.
Okay,
You're
well,
white
you're-
with
I got
the
some-
leaf.
I got some napkins in the car.
You're just a different breed.
Sure.
What if just imagine you hop in the back seat and there's
Okay.
a toilet back there?
Wait, what?
You don't even have to imagine actually. Buy yourself a Rolls-Royce, a little old classic Rolls-Royce, and you can maybe get a toilet in the back seat of your car.
Which
Wait.
car is this on?
Wait, hold on.
That's a great question. Let's find out. I don't know exactly.
Wait,
which one,
are you
but
serious?
Was it a silver Wraith?
It might be the. I think
so. I think
Right,
so.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
This guy.
I think it was the
While this guy
Silver
Googles it.
Yeah, but could you imagine having a toilet in your car? Like,
That
So
literally
not
makes no
only do you
sense.
get the umbrella, but you get a toilet.
What do you need a toilet in the car for?
What if you don't want to pull over?
yeah, it's a silver Wraith.
Just pull over.
But what?
You're gonna have to pull over to get in the backseat anyways.
But
Well,
okay,
who
imagine,
drives themselves in
Yeah.
a Rolls-Royce Wraith?
I guess.
imagine being the driver in that car. And you
Wait,
just
so,
smell
like,
A
it.
there's
silver
no-
Wraith, that is
Wait,
a
so
silver
there's
Wraith.
no seat in the car? You just sit on the toilet
I
seat?
think you can. I think there's a seat above it. Like you remove the seat top.
Oh.
It's like hidden.
Yeah, but then your driver's gonna see you pull your pants down and.
It's
He's
a
also
real.
gonna-
I've looked this up,
he's
by the
gonna
way. This
smell
is
it.
a real option. This is
How
not.
many-
This
Maybe
is not
Matthias
custom.
can put a picture of
How
it
many-
somewhere here if he's feeling nice.
How many people do you think have used it before? Like, do you think it's a pretty commonly used?
Yeah, imagine going and buying a silver Wraith from however long ago, and opening it, and there's stains.
There's a 50-year-old dump
Just
in there.
Stanks. Wait, so where's it go, Trent?
I don't know. That's a good
It's like an
question.
Like, does it just
airplane.
dump it on the road?
No, I'm assuming it's like an airplane.
It's like it's Mario Kart in real life. It's oil slick.
an oil slick.
Yeah, especially if I eat at Clove, it's gonna be a real slick afterwards.
Yeah, but that's definitely got to be the strangest option I've seen for
Would
a
you
car.
call that a strange piece of fruit option?
What?
Yeah, that's strange.
Good.
Oh,
Strange fruit.
yeah.
All right, nice. I guess I'll go next,
All right.
just because I'm got a pretty sick one. You guys know that I'm a Mercedes connoisseur,
Yeah, I
right?
do know
I
that.
would call myself that, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that I like Mercedes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
How? I just couldn't tell. You only own like
I think
5
you're
of
like
them.
obsessed.
7.
What's wrong
So I got a
with
2004 E55 AMG,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the coolest options this car has is I have solar panels.
you? For what?
Huh?
For what? What's it do?
It's just there.
It's just
No,
they're
so
there.
the purpose that Mercedes claims these solar panels are to run the AC
Yeah.
or run the like the HVAC system while the car's off.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, because there's a button inside the car you can push that says rest,
Yeah.
and what it does is it'll like recirculate air, so you don't actually get AC because the engine's off,
Yeah.
but it recirculates air, so it's not just stale hot air inside the car.
So would you consider that a useless feature or a quirky feature?
It's quirky.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you
I
see
kinda
solar
like that.
panels
That's
on a
kinda
car
cool.
like the Nissan Leaf or something,
Yeah.
they charge the
For the
battery.
battery.
Or, you know, this it is just to run the air circulation system.
So you don't burn the gas
So you don't burn the batteries out.
or the batteries. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
because you're not
kinda
gonna leave
cool,
your car running.
Yeah.
And somebody might steal it.
It's not
Huh.
I kinda
Solar
like that.
panels in 2005, huh?
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Technology's been around for a while.
telling you, Mercedes is ahead of the pack, you guys.
Oh yeah,
Everything comes from the S-Class.
they were like the pilots of adaptive cruise control too. So
They actually were.
Yeah.
1995.
So you're a big fan, huh?
Massive fan.
he's a big fan of Mercedes.
Huge fan. I'm a Mercedes file.
Yeah.
Never heard that, but sure.
But yeah, that's my first one. Mr. Merrill,
Well, my first one's going to be more of a family passenger car.
I like that. That's
It's going to
hot.
be the brand new. This is a brand new Toyota Sienna, of course, brand new.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy it
New?
today.
You can go buy this right now?
You can go buy this right now.
Gee, interesting.
So, the vacuum cleaner helps us clean carpets, right? And the problem is when you go get your car detailed, you have to pay someone quite a bit of money to clean
Sure.
your car out.
Yeah.
Well, what if you could do that by yourself? Because on the
You
limited,
can. You go to the self-service car wash.
well, hold
Yeah,
on.
you got a point.
What if it was in the car? What if you didn't have to go to a self-service car wash? What if the detailing capability was with the car? You didn't have to spend any money ever to vacuum your car.
Were you telling me it's got a pressure washer inside of it or something?
Well, no, not a pressure washer, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool. But on Toyota Sienna premium and limited trim levels,
Okay.
on the limited, I believe it's standard, but on the premium, it's an option. You can get not only a vacuum cleaner for your car, which is something we also see on something like the Honda Odyssey. You can get a vacuum cleaner for the car, but you also can get a refrigerator in your Toyota Sienna for your children. So you could, because they also offer, of course, the TVs that fold down. And you can watch TV in your
Well,
car,
then
so
Wait,
you
so
might
hold
as
on,
well
hold on. So-
live in it.
So you're telling me that there's a vacuum cleaner inside of this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Where's it go?
I'm assuming there's a
Probably
dust bag.
somewhere.
A dust bag.
Oh.
Probably in the trunk, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, probably, because that's where it is on the Odyssey.
Well, why wouldn't you just go use a vacuum cleaner like at your house or something?
Because of course, what if you're at a hotel or something and you just got done with the road trip and your kids spilled Cheerios all over the back seats?
Why are you eating Cheerios with no milk?
Okay, they're children.
What if they don't like milk with their cereal?
I'm just kidding.
But the refrigerator part, you could put some brewskis in there.
Put the milk for your Cheerios in there.
The milk for the Cheerios can go
You're
in
gonna
there.
put brewski, so you're condoning drinking while
No,
driving?
no. Of course, while
Whoa.
parked, you can partake with your brewskis.
I still don't think you could partake. I'm
As
pretty
long as
sure
the
you
keys
can.
aren't in the ignition, you're fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, in most states. But I find it crazy that passenger vehicles that are aimed at families have now evolved to the point where it's basically a house on wheels.
The only thing they're missing is the Rolls-Royce toilet.
Mm-hmm. Which, who knows, they might put in for the 2026 model year. The Toyota Sienna branded toilet.
That's crazy. That's crazy. If they invent that, I'm buying one of those and living in it. I'm done paying.
Screw a house payment.
I'd ban
Screw
my
paying
friend.
two
Well, the
grand a
problem
month.
is the payment on that car with interest rates right now might be the cost of a mortgage.
You're not getting a Toyota Sienna for $2,000 a month.
Not for that much, but like $1,200, $1,300.
It's a
Wow,
lot.
that's so crazy.
It's a lot of
It's
money.
more than E63 payment. All right, Trent.
All right, so my next one's kind of like a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
Because I'm
2-for-1
talking
whammy.
about the Pontiac Aztek. Which Is just a
Nice.
horrible
The most
option.
beautiful car ever made.
No,
Oh
that's-
my god.
that's
The
already
Walter
just-
White special.
It's already a bad option in itself.
Why?
The whole car is a bad option.
Why?
Because it's
a GM.
ugly. It's ugly.
So
It's just ugly. It's stupid.
You
If you voluntarily buy one of those, there's something wrong with you.
Walter White did.
Okay, well, yeah, that show honestly.
shave your head
That show made that car popular.
and drive a
honestly.
Pontiac Aztek and you could be a meth dealer.
I could be, but I don't feel like doing that today.
Well, he's already halfway there with the mullet.
Yeah.
He just needs the
Actually, I have
Camaro.
a Camaro.
Welcome to Kingman,
I
Arizona.
drive a Camaro. So, anyways,
Is it
but
green?
it's red. The Aztek already just an ugly car, but there's an option you can get to have a tent, which isn't crazy
That's
to
kind
see.
of cool though.
It's cool, and it's not that
They
crazy
do
of an
that on the
option to see
Broncos.
tents on cars. No. Their tent isn't. Let me show you guys real quick with a Pontiac Aztek tent. You guys will see it on the video probably.
Is Matthias going to integrate this in there?
I really hope so.
Let's see it.
It's okay. So when you picture a tent on a car, what do you guys imagine?
Like
it
on
looking
top.
Yeah, like the like a
Like a Bronco tent.
Okay,
Yeah.
you imagine being like a Bronco tent.
Or like the Range Rover one. Oh.
This thing comes out of the butt of the car. Honestly, the
Okay,
trunk.
to be fair, if you do a Defender, you can get a tent for it, and it extends the back of the car out, but it has the pegs. that
but
go
it
into the
looks
ground.
good. This one, it just like there's no pegs. It's just
It just is on the car.
It's just supposed to get supported by.
Like you could still drive the vehicle with that tent connected.
Yes,
That's
and
so
it just
stupid.
it looks dumb. And
Well,
it's,
wasn't the Aztek supposed to be like the adventure GM vehicle?
Yes.
Like it came steering with an ice cooler in it. Like the
See,
center console's an ice cooler.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
This
And
tent.
they're worth like $5,000 on eBay.
See, I
The
think
ice cooler itself.
Yeah.
that's kind of sick. I think this option wouldn't be as dumb if they did a tent like any other car, honestly, or if they did it better. But the way they did it, it's stupid and ugly. And the car's ugly already, but
Of course.
So you're just an Aztek hater.
it's a dumb option.
What about the G6 and GTO? You like those?
No, I
cars?
like those.
Mm.
The,
He's
the
just a big
Aztek is
Aztek
just a
hater.
dumb option for Pontiac in general.
The
Like-
Aztek?
Yeah, just a dumb option for the entire brand.
Come on, Trent.
What was it? A Saturn Outlook with those ugly windows and headlights? Is
Yeah.
that basically what it was?
Yeah,
All right.
the ugly car. So, but that's
Chevy Trailblazer.
that's my. I like tens on cars. Not on that one though.
Wow.
Evo.
Big hater.
Listen, mine's the most useless thing on the planet. I promise you guys have never heard of
Doubt
something
it.
this useless and this worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Not even.
So think about this. Make money, right? You go to college, you get a degree. You're like, I want a convertible. I live in Newport Beach.
Poor Beach, bro.
Yeah. Do you?
So you go to Mini Cooper because you want a smaller car.
I'm
Because
living in Newport
you know,
Beach.
in Cali, it's like it's hard to park.
Why the
spots,
hell
right?
you buying a Mini Cooper if you live in Newport Beach?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be buying like
Something nicer.
like a Ferrari?
Well, you want to park somewhere quick. Like it's your daily driver, right? You want to park somewhere quick. The Ferrari's a
yeah.
weekend car.
Mm-hmm.
So and you're like, I want a convertible. So you go and get a convertible Mini Cooper in like 2006.
Yeah.
One of the options you could put on this Mini Cooper is maybe you want to know how long your roof's been open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could get a nice little gauge.
Yeah.
That will tell you how long your roof's been open.
Makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So wait. Does this gauge tell you the amount of time your roof's been open throughout the total lifetime of the car, or
No,
just for that session?
just for that session.
Nice.
And
Just
it's
for
an
that
actual
session.
gauge, like it'll move.
What happens
and
if
then
you
later-
max out
and
the
then later on,
gauge?
they got rid of the gauge and then put integrated inside the tachometer screen.
You know what? I thought it'd been cool if it told you like the entire lifetime of the car, but for per session, that's dumb.
The problem is BMW manufactures these things.
But what's the point of it? They could have used the gauge for something else, anything else, honestly.
Who in their right mind cares how long my roof's been open?
Mini
I don't
Cooper.
drive a convertible and be like, oh, my roof's been open for 22 minutes.
Mini
I better
Cooper
I
close
just
it."
cares.
imagine somebody like getting their car serviced and they get their car back from service, the roof's been down. They're like, oh, my roof has been down for 24 hours. What the hell were you guys doing?
Like, what?
Hmm.
Why is that a thing? Who cares?
No one.
Yeah, what would you replace it with? If you could replace that
boost
entire
gauge?
A boost
Yeah.
gauge.
I thought.
If I'm buying a Mini Cooper S, it's probably gonna be supercharged or turbo.
Yeah.
Like
From what
probably- I feel like
generation?
they-
To be fair, though,
What
if you're-
generation is this again?
R53.
Yeah.
I feel like they
If
probably
you're
threw
buying,
this,
if you're a man, you're not buying a convertible Mini Cooper. I'm sorry.
they probably threw this gauge in there to make it look sportier.
Or they just
honestly.
wanted, it costs like $300.
That sounds like a BMW.
And this
thing.
is an option.
Yeah.
Dude, how many do you think they
It's
sold?
rare. It's super, super rare.
Man,
so
they-
someone had to click
Somebody had to click a button to select
that
it.
said,
The
Or, well,
salesman-
back then it wasn't a button.
okay, someone had to check.
check a box. Yeah.
the
that
salesman who
said-
sold that car, I bet you after he's like, man, what a bunch of idiots.
Yes, I would like to
They laughed
option
at him.
on.
Yeah.
They
As they
said
collected
I would
commission.
love to option on the convertible top timer.
I'm sure now it's probably like one of those things where it might be worth a little bit more because it has that because it's rare.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you legitimately went to Mini Cooper and you special ordered yourself a Mini Cooper convertible and you selected that option for
Yep.
$300, you are robbed.
I feel like half those gauges probably don't even work anymore too.
Of course not. It's a Mini
Yeah.
Cooper / BMW.
Yeah,
No, that's crazy.
that is probably the dumbest option.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my. I mean, there's been some dumb options I've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I believe there was a car we talked about. I think you said the Nissan Leaf, where it comes with a spoiler where there's solar panels in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that
Like
one does.
why? Just put them in the roof.
Yeah, I don't even know what it did either. Like, I don't even think it worked for the battery that much. Like the spoiler on the Leaf is tiny.
Well, the Leaf just sucks. The first gen Leaf sucks.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
ugly
no.
ass car.
I mean, think about it. Realistically, Matthias is going to put up a picture of this timer somewhere here. Why is this a thing? Like, why is this a legitimate thing? You literally just hand him Mini
It's like in
Cooper
the
300 bucks.
espresso maker in the Fiat 500.
Oh, I like that.
Well,
I need that.
which was just a Lavazza little
Of course,
removable
it was-
thing.
You could have bought it yourself on Amazon and
you
put
need
it.
to
probably
have a
cheaper.
Espresso maker inside of your Mercedes, bro.
You guys are giving me some ideas.
Get the Toyota Sienna, you put an espresso maker, bro. You just need the toilet. It's still
Dude, you're
good.
basically live out of that Sienna.
Yeah.
Remove the rear seats.
Yeah.
Put a bed in there. You're
A
chilling.
little gaming computer.
I don't know where you're gonna put it, but sure.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know, you guys. I mean, pointless. Just absolutely pointless. It makes
I
zero
think
sense.
you've got the number one on the list so far for dumbest.
It's so stupid.
Pointless for sure.
Somebody in the comments, Somebody in the comments can be like, I have one and
I love
the
this
timer."
thing. I will die for it.
And I'm gonna look at them like, what?
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah,
good for them.
good for them. Alrighty. Well, let us know. What, these are
Wait,
just
whoa,
some-
whoa, whoa,
we got one more, bro.
There's more,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but my last one.
Mr. Merrill.
Man, you're so just in a rush to
So
get out of here.
everyone here knows that I'm a tech guy. You know what I do
Yeah.
for a living and everything like that. And I'm coming at you guys with another brand new car. You can buy this as a new option today. And speaking of BMW, the new 7 Series. Let's say you're a CEO, right? And you go out and buy one of the ugliest BMWs ever released by the brand, but also has some of the nicest and most technologically advanced features ever released by the brand and ever released in the car industry as a whole. And you option, I believe it's between $5,000 and $8,000, the 7 Series entertainment system. And I have the specs up here right now because there's no way I could have remembered all these. It is so you guys know out in the 7 Series, in the back seats, you have the 5-inch like smartphone screen in the doors. Okay, so you can activate this theater mode that will darken the windows, adjust the rear seats, and drop a 31-inch curved 8K screen into your face. That's 7680 by 2160. That's stupid. And not only do you have that, you have the Bowers & Wilkins Diamond surround sound system, which is one of the best, if not the best, surround sound system.
What are you
on the
watching
planet.
on the screen?
I'm playing Marvel Rivals, honestly, to be honest.
You could probably plug in basically anything.
Okay.
It comes with Fire TV, so you have access to all your
So,
apps and stuff
Let
like
me
that.
get this straight. You're gonna spend $8,000
Yes.
to have a screen in the car
Yes.
when you could just hold your iPhone like that or tape it to the headrest.
I could just
What
walk
kind
in-
of comparison is that?
I could just walk inside my house.
Doing this or just sitting there in your luscious $150,000 7 Series?
Well,
watching
okay,
Why
TV?
wouldn't I just go to my
So-
house and do it?
Yeah, it's like, where are you gonna be watching this at?
Well, I don't know. It's for rich people.
Yeah, but most
then they have
business
a big
tycoon
home.
people drive Maybachs or Rolls Royces. Or
Okay,
they don't drive them,
but
they
the
ride
whole
them.
point is BMW's trying to make it so the 7 Series is one of those cars where you get driven in the 7 Series, right?
Sure.
You have to look at the 7 Series, I believe, doesn't it share the same body as the Ghost?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Shares the same body as the Ghost. So they're trying to kind of, I don't want to say make it both the Ghost and the 7 Series a car that like have the same amount of luxury, but the Ghost is definitely more luxurious in the fact that it's nicer materials, the leather's softer, everything like that.
The Ghost's just a beast.
Versus the 7 Series dominates the Ghost when it comes to technology, other than like self-closing doors, which the 7 Series has self-closing doors now. So you're an executive. You don't want to go break the bank on a $300,000 car. So you decide to spend $150 on a 7 Series. And, of course, you'll have enough money for a driver. If you should, as long as you're spending that much money on a car. And you're buying a car like this that is that long and has this much technology in it. You have, let's say, a 1-hour commute in LA traffic. You could just sit back there and work, or you could sit back there and watch the news on your 31-inch 8K screen. There's reasons you would do it. Because you could also say, what's the reason of buying a Rolls-Royce Ghost?
Because
It's the same reason you buy a 7 Series.
Yeah.
Say I
Well,
have a
it's the
double
same,
R.
but it's the same reason you'd buy a 7 Series. You want to be
Yeah,
driven
but
in
think
it.
about it this way, dude. It's like all these business execs, name culture matters.
Of course.
If you show up to a meeting right now, and you're trying to sell me something, right, and whatnot, and you tell me, hey, I just came outside of my 7 Series, I'm like, okay, cool. And then Trent comes up and he's like, I just pulled up in my Phantom. I'd be like, I'm hiring. the
Yeah.
guy
Well,
with the
okay.
Phantom.
Well, the whole point is this. Okay, one, I think if you black out the new 7 Series, they actually look pretty mean and ominous looking. I do.
Sure.
Personal
Okay,
opinion.
Okay.
So I don't think that I think they have a lot of the same road presence as a Ghost would because they're both massive sedans, and when you black both of them out, they look pretty sick. But personally, I get the appeal of you have a lot of money, you like technology, you want those features. The 7 Series has it versus, yes, the Maybachs have TV screens in the back and you get them, but it's not one massive curved 32-inch screen in front of your face.
Sure.
So if you want the technology, BMW offers that. Of course, those cars are not going to be sitting on dealership lots. Those are going to be, you have to order those cars because BMW is not going to have the volume of walk-ins to be able to sell those cars as sitting inventory. So you're going to have to custom order those cars and everything like that. But I think I would get one because I just enjoy the technology. You have to think, the reviews on these cars, people go on and on about how they're so comfortable and how they're so like refined. for a BMW. I think there's a reason that people will option these. And of course, you know, I have this one influencer I follow who just bought one with the theater screen. You know, so people want them.
It's cool. It's different. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I'm making that kind of money where I can afford a car like that and I can have someone drive me around, it's like you're going to pull up to a stoplight sitting in the back watching your theater screen, and then a ghost is going to pull up next to you, and you're going to be like, damn. Like,
I think
that's a Rolls.
I think there isn't a point if you're going to be the one driving the car.
What are you talking about? I
Like
just said
if
you were
you're
in
the
back of
one
it.
driving the car,
Yeah, then it's a dumb option.
because you're not in the
Oh,
back
of course,
seat.
yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't be driving the Rolls either.
right. You wouldn't
you'd
be.
sit in the
You'd
back
be,
of
you'd
it.
be sitting in the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's kind of, do you want the technology or do you want the status?
If you buy that 7 Series and you option with the theater screen, you drive yourself, you just wasted $8,000.
yeah,
Like,
You
what was
got
the
a
point
nice TV screen for your kids.
that's true too.
Yeah.
If you have kids, I guess you can turn it down, but then your kids are going to be more than iPad kids. They're going to be
My kids will be
32-inch monitor dropped out from a car ceiling kids.
of that? Yeah, it's just ever since I announced it, I was like, this is so pointless. Like I don't see the need. Even the ones in the Mercedes and the Maybachs and the Rollses, do people actually use those screens for anything?
No, I'm sure they're just there.
Like, what's the point of having them, bro? You're getting from one business meeting to another. Like, you can just give me the little tray tables. You know, they used to call them the cocaine tables back in the day. Bust out the little tray tables, put my Mac on it, and just do whatever I got to do and dip.
Yeah.
It's like all these screens and all this stuff. Imagine what it's going to cost to fix that thing if it breaks.
A lot.
Well, the whole point of buying a Ghost or a Phantom or a Maybach or the new 7 Series is it's a workstation on wheels kind of thing. Right?
Sure.
You
Yeah.
work in that car. You're in that car a lot, especially if you're the type that drives around and everything like that. So the whole point is it's supposed to be an environment to where you can do things for your job.
Well,
So. But I think that's about all the
I
time
think
we
that's-
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, let us know down below what do you guys think about these options. Which ones would you pick? Which ones would you not pick? I'm gonna make it my goal to find a Mini Cooper with that.
I hope you do. And I hope
Well,
you
let's
achieve that.
see if you can do it.
I will find one. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you stick around and watch another video with us.
Peace.